Welcome to Ready and Rising. I'm Marcelle Stegelmeyer. Today I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about what it does mean to rise and level up, and sometimes even how subtle it is with this invitation for us to grow and become and to stretch into something with greater capacity, to be someone that can hold a greater capacity of more light, more love, more truth. Whew. Even saying that, I get to take a big, huge, deep breath, because there's a moment when I realized what used to feel peaceful started to become heavy. And I'm still showing up, still doing the things that I love to do, still doing the things that brings me close to God, still surrendering, but I started to go back to that space of feeling drained instead of resting in Him and finding that peace and comfort. I felt like I was again either chasing after Him, or maybe I just kind of lost myself in where I was headed. I think that this is a natural part of growth, because we climb, and then we stay there for a little while and just enjoy the fruit of that growth, and then we kind of go back down a bit, and then here it is, the invitation to rise again. So taking a big deep breath, this is the natural part of healing and growth. And then you grow again, and then you level off, and then here it comes is this, because God doesn't want you to just stay there. Here it comes where you feel that little bit of regress, or where He's like, okay, this is great, but there is more. And here it comes, that out of rhythm again, and that out of, and here it's time to rise again, to pick it up and go. So this amazing platform that we're talking about with Ready and Rising is discussing about how do you apply more principles and doctrine in a new and different way to again start that process of rising. In some ways, I felt like I was carrying what used to bring me life, except that now it's waiting, confusing, and disconnected. That's when I feel myself start going down. And if I'm honest, there's a part of me that's afraid to change. Anybody feel that way? Afraid to admit that what worked it's not working now. And sometimes I want to self-blame and say, what's wrong with me? No, it's just God's plan. He's got more. Have you ever felt like that? That God was inviting you to shift, but you weren't sure where? So it comes back to a little bit of that, learning that obedience isn't just about movement. It's about alignment. It's about alignment. It's aligning myself, aligning me with more of God's laws, me aligning me more with even my divine truth. It's me being obedient to me and having that align with being obedient to God. Wow. So when I start to listen to myself, and I take time to really get to know me and hear me, and I take time to listen to what it is that I'm needing, this is me being obedient to me that stays in divine alignment and obedience to God. And it will help me be more instead of getting caught up in the doing. So then it's also part of me sitting still with the Lord and just saying, all right, am I holding on to something that I'm ready to let go of? Maybe some self-protection. Am I holding on to things that it's time for them to go so that I can rise? It's time to unburden. And piece by piece, He starts showing me what needs to be adjusted, not to burden me, but to actually free me. So if this film feels familiar to you, or you relate to this at all, I invite you to stay close. You can follow me here on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, and next week I'll be sharing more about my journey and how the Lord started to reorder my entire life from the inside out. And sometimes it was from the outside in, but he not only continues to call after each of us, he relentlessly pursues us, and he also is continually inviting us. And it is my opportunity to self-lead myself to him again and again and again. And how do I do that? We'll be covering some of that here. How to partner with him, how to self-lead yourself, how to truly come unto him, how to connect to him, and how to hear him even better. So I don't want you to do any of this alone. This space is for you. If any of this resonates, drop a comment, send me a message. Let's walk through this together, because maybe, just maybe, a breakthrough isn't in the doing more, it's seeing differently and becoming differently and letting go differently in ways that you haven't done before. Have a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day to ready and rise.